Hello everyone and welcome back to Spectacle Island. This is the multiplayer co-op with NordicFarming. We have come back to where we left off last time, over in our new field number 3. And last time we cleared all the trees and sorted them all and got them over to the sawmill. And we have a rather dirty field full of withered sunflowers. But yeah, we left all the equipment here last time. Nordic is just taking the Massey Ferguson with the firewood back to the farm. And my job, first of all, is getting in the yams to take the Liber over to the BGA. Not back to the farm, but to the BGA. And the reason is our corn is ready to harvest. If we have a look at field number 12 and 15, which we planted with our new planter, corn in both fields, that is now ready to harvest. So as I mentioned, that corn is going to be chopped for maize, and we're going to make maize silage out of it. So the maize that we harvest is going to go to the BGA bunker, where we're going to compact it and then ferment it. So that maize silage, we're going to save some of it for when we've got cows, but then we're also going to sell some of it into the BGA to get some money. So the Liber is going to go over to the BGA, as I think it's going to be a pretty good machine to help with the compacting, so we might as well deposit it over there. But to help with the maize chopping, harvesting, we are going to need a few new bits of equipment. The first is obviously a forage harvester, which I'll show you shortly which one we're going to pick. We're not actually going to get a harvester outright, but we are going to get a cool attachment for the MB track, and we're going to need a pretty beefy and big trailer to deal with the loads or the load volumes of the maize, and that's going to fit on the back of our yams here. So we'll leave this trailer with the Liber over at the BGA, probably get the Liber unloaded as well, and then we'll get onto the shop to pick up our new trailer. And Nordic will probably meet me there with the MB track to get the harvester. So I will see you shortly. Right, so here are Nordic and I. We have our new trailer and our new harvester. So there is a harvester that we have purchased from the forage harvester headers, and it is a modded version of the base game, Pottinger MEX5, and then it has the Kemper 345 Plus with it. And then the trailer we've purchased is a Daimler. Here we go, the Daimler SSM2, which has 46,000 litres of capacity. Cool, right, so let's get over to the first field and we can get started with harvesting our maize. Right, here we are. So, the corn is looking nice and green. Corn, maize, I never know which to say. I guess it's both really. But yeah, we are going to get started. So you'll notice that Nordic is actually reverse driving this. So in the MB track you can switch the seat so you can drive backwards. And I'm going to be driving alongside to start into it. Right, just had to do the first strip to get used to it, and yeah, we are harvesting the maize and depositing the chaff into the trailer. I know the animation looks a bit odd, looks like it's just dumping it on the ground, but it is indeed depositing it into the trailer. That might just be the multiplayer. Yeah, filling up quite quickly, so I'm imagining quite a few trips to the BGA. But we've got quite a good width on this harvester, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too long a job. Just having to tinker with the cruise control. When Nordic goes downhill he goes a bit faster, and when he's on the flat ground or uphill it's a little bit slower. But a good job to have 2 people involved. Relying on helpers on this kind of job can be a bit tricky, or using the follow me mod. No. We're nearly full, and yeah, probably one headland is gonna fill us up. So I'm thinking this field alone is gonna be 3 trips to the BGA. Let me know what you think. Take a guess. Yeah, that's 80%, 82% for the headland. Which is quite a lot. Right, so here we go. We're going to crack on with this job and see you when we've made some good progress. Right, I am just back from my second trip and yeah, it is probably underestimated how many times we're going to be doing trips to the BGA to deposit. Having done 2 after only doing 2 headlands, yeah, it's going to be lots of runs to the BGA. I've also checked in with Nordic. It seems like the animation of depositing the chaff into the trailer is working for him, but not for me, so I guess that's down to the multiplayer gameplay, which is a little bit annoying, but never mind. It's still getting into the trailer at least, so it'll probably look a lot better on his video than it does on mine, but I'm sure you understand and get the picture that it's meant to be looking like it's dropping it into the trailer. Yeah, I really like the trailer. Got a good capacity. We could have gone a bit bigger, but this trailer just seemed to match the yams quite nicely, and it's got quite a nice hydraulic mechanism that the plate at the front of the trailer pushes backwards and empties out all of the chaff or whatever you've got in there, which I'll show next time I'm dropping at the BGA. 40% already, and we can see Nordic is driving backwards on the MB track. It's quite a nice feature to be able to switch the seat. Yeah, let us know what you think of the setup. The MB track turning into a forage harvester, and the new trailer on the back of the yams. We have needed a larger trailer for a long time. We had to do quite a lot of carting when we were harvesting these fields previously. The canola and barley, I think it was. Yeah, as you can appreciate, this is quite a large job, so whether we're going to get the chance to do both fields in this session is questionable. We might have to save the other field for another session. We're halfway through the game day already, so yep, when it gets to 5 or 6 o'clock we're going to be finishing up. So we'll have to see how we get on. That's okay. If we have to split it across 2 sessions, I don't mind. We've got quite a few other jobs to be getting on with as well. We've got our new field, number 3, that needs ploughing and crop being put in it. And then this field, once we've harvested all of the maize, we'll need to prep it and get a new crop in that as well. Probably be a while before we do maize again, even if we get a chance to again in the series. Based on the volume, we should have enough maize to support our cows and also to sell a fair bit as well. Right, coming up to 100%. And yeah, once it's full, we'll jump over to the BGA and I'll show you the emptying. Cool, just stuck on a little bit left. I think the harvester itself has a bit of a capacity, and then that just lags getting it into the trailer. But there we go, 100%. So I'll see you over at the BGA. Right, so here we are at the BGA. I've been depositing it in strips, as it's quite a wide BGA, and I figure the more you stack on top of each other, the more you have to compact. But yeah, I'm no expert in loading bunkers, so if you got any tips on how you'd load a bunker of this size? If you'd sort of start in one half or do what I'm doing and lay it in strips, then let me know. Yeah, I went a bit too far on that second row, so I'm going to try and not go so far. This trailer just is a little bit fiddly with the lining. I think it's because it's got rear steering, but yeah, never mind. Right, let's empty it out, and as you can see, the back door sort of tips upwards, and there's the metal plate that slides backwards, pushing out all of the chaff, which is quite cool, quite nice to see. You just have to gauge the speed right so you get your rows all the same length, which I obviously haven't done very well, because none of those 3 rows are the same size, same length. Yeah, we had to purchase the BGA land to make use of the silage pit, and we're also using the shed to store our legal trailer. So yeah, that was £11,000, and can't remember the cost of this trailer. I think it was around 40. Bought it used, and yeah, the harvesting setup which Nordic purchased was a fair amount of money as well. I think we started the day with roughly 140, 160 odd, so quite a costly day, but we should make that back from BGA profits. Right, here we are. So, obviously got a long job ahead of us, so I'm going to crack on with carting, and Nordic's gonna keep harvesting, and yeah, we'll see you when we've made some good progress. Well, actually, I think we'll probably try and get all of this done. Yeah, we'll see where we get up to. And here we are, back at the field, and Nordic and I are going to trade places. So yeah, done quite a lot of trips. Nordic's going to start doing some carting, and we're going to do some harvesting in the MB track. So let's get it fired up, and it's going to take a little while to get used to this. Yeah, it is the reverse, so let's turn that on. Is it right? Raise and lower, and then yeah, forward is backwards in this. Nice and easy. Animation sadly still isn't working even when I'm doing it this way, but that's alright. But yeah, it's quite nice and smooth with running this. Nordic's made some quite straight edges, so we'll try and keep it as neat as well. It does look nice, the MB track with this forage harvester. Obviously a bit of a different way to do it as well, and saves on the money. We would have had to spend quite a bit of money getting a self-propelled forage harvester, and with this method we can just reutilise the MB track, which has got more than enough horsepower to run, so it seems to be working quite nicely. A few more rows to go, and yeah, we're past midday now, so probably just going to be this field today that we're going to be able to do. We might have a bit of time after this to do some more jobs, but yeah, still quite a lot of the fields to go, so I'm not expecting that we'll be able to do much more than getting this harvested. And we're not going to want to start the compacting until we've got both fields harvested. But this field number 15 and field number 12 across the way there at the top of the hill. So yeah, big job this. Cool. So I'm going to resume harvesting. Nordic will have to do some carting. We'll have to sit and wait a bit for him to do the carting, but he's had to wait for us, so it's fine. Yeah, I'll see you when we are all done with this field. And there we are, finishing up the last strip. Has been a very long job, a little bit fiddly. The harvester was playing up at one point. I think I lowered the wrong part of it, so it actually didn't harvest anything and just crop destructed. But yeah, there we are, finished. So we can cut her down and get her folded up. And I think, does this fold up as well? Pipe in. Yeah, there we go. Cool, right. I'll probably need to raise that off the ground so we can transport. Nordic's going to go dump the last load of chaff into the bunker. And yeah, I reckon we've probably just filled the base of the bunker. Might go have a look at it shortly. But yeah, let's get the seat turned back round. And yeah, there we go. Swivel round. Nice. So, heading back to the farm. And we've not got enough time in the rest of the game day to harvest the maize corn in field number 12. So we're going to save that for another time. But what we are going to do is we've probably got enough time to plough field number 3, the new field which we purchased last time. So I'm going to go swap the forage harvester for the plough, and Nordic is going to get one of the tractors and purchase the Firebelt's stump cutter and sort of drive along with me and clear all the stumps. There are quite a lot of them. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching the harvest of the maize, or chopping of it. I am a little bit disappointed that the multiplayer didn't show the animation of the chaff depositing into the trailer. It just looked like it was dumping it in front. Something I can't really help, but I appreciate viewing it. It doesn't give the sort of same satisfaction of viewing it working as it should. So yeah, better be careful. I don't want to go into the water. But yeah, Nordic and I are hoping to get a dedicated server for future multiplayers, probably when FS22 comes out. So we invest it in a game that's going to be, well, the next generation game, the game that's going to be around for the longest time. And I think a dedicated server will give us better speed and connection, as Nordic is the host of this game, so his always looks pretty slick, and he runs time-lapse videos, as you've probably seen, so sometimes that buffs out some of the jumpy bits. Yeah, dedicated server will hopefully mean that it will smoothen out the performance, as we've both got good internet connections, so I think this lag is just down to the FS Giants servers, but yeah, I can't complain. It's a great game, and the multiplayer server we're playing on is free, so yeah, can't argue with free. Right, here we are back at the farm, so I'm going to trade the forage harvester for a plough and meet Nordic over at field number 3. Where to park this? I'm running out of space. Here looks good. Alright. Bit heavy with the front weight, but let's grab the plough. Right, I've just grabbed the plough. I'm going to tend to the animals whilst Nordic goes to get the stump grinder and I think he's going to sell some eggs as we're low on funds, so need that money. There we go. Nordic has just picked up the egg crates. There's been quite a lot of eggs created since we only sold eggs last session. I'm not sure where the best price is. Let's take a look. Portside Cafe, and it's gone up in price as well, which is good. Off he goes. I'm going to get the larger weight. I did pick up the small one, but I've given it to Nordic as the small massey can't really have this on the rear of it. I am going to follow Nordic just because I'd like to see what the bunker looks like after we've finished loading it. So should be able to just nip there and back quickly whilst he's on the way to the Portside Cafe. Right, here we are at the BGA. The bunker is as full as we've got it with just the one field. So yeah, it's not too bad actually. I was thinking it was going to look pretty empty, but once we've got the other field harvested, field number 12, so we've harvested field number 15, we've got 12 to go, and I think 12 is a little bit bigger in hectares. Yeah, it's 0.40 hectares bigger, so yeah, that's good. So once we've got that, that's actually going to look pretty full, so yeah, don't feel too bad about that. I was debating whether we should have filled the bunker at the farm and it would have looked a bit better, would have looked fuller, but yeah, the benefit of having the maize, or sorry, the chaff here and fermenting is that we can pump it to the farm using this building here, which is a pump that basically moves silage from the BGA to the farm, so that will benefit our cows. It's quite a nice pipeline built into the map, and then it's right next to the BGA, so we can sell whatever we're not going to use. Cool, right, I'm going to drop back to the farm and drop off this weight, because as you can see it's a bit too heavy. I keep doing wheelies, and the MB track is big enough, doesn't need the front weight to use the plough. So let's go ditch this weight. The weight's only really good for when we're loading logs with the front or on the rear of the tractor rather than the front. Right, dropping weight off. I didn't really need to take either the weight or the plough to the BGA, but they got a nice tour of the BGA. They liked it. Yep, now we're over to field number 3. Nordic has bought the Biobelts stump grinder. Let's take a quick look at it. Here it is, the Biobelts UM300, and yeah, worth about just shy of £2,000. So yeah, this stump grinder is really good. I've used it before in my Ravenport series towards the end, and yeah, it was really good and quick at getting rid of stumps, and a bit more realistic than using the lumberjack mod with just the chainsaw. Cool. Yeah, Nordic went and sold the eggs, and you'll see that that's bumped us right up to 97,000. Well, I think it was 100,000, and then we spent some of the money on the stump grinder. So yeah, eggs are damn profitable, and Nordic just sent me a message saying, why are we spending our time doing anything but eggs? We should be just focusing on egg production. Eggs seem to be worth quite a lot in this game, so, well, in this map I should say. So yeah, eggs are good. Right, so we've only got a short time left today. Got to get on with ploughing. There's stumps in the way, so Nordic will come to our aid. Now let's have a look at the orientation of this field. Okay, it's longer this way, so my thoughts are I'm going to do rows and then just leave enough of a gap to do a headland or two at the end. So let's lower the plough and off we go. If I see any stumps, I'm gonna have to come back. So I've just done a few rows, and yeah, I was hitting quite a few stumps, and Nordic's not here clearing them yet, so just come out to clear some of these so I can finish the rows I've started. Right, so I think that's the stumps cleared out of the way for this row. Got to go back over that row as I missed a patch. Ah, here comes Nordic with stump grinder, so he can get busy. Okay, we got snagged on one there. If I'm not damaging the plough too much. Where is it? Here it is. They're quite hard to spot in this field, especially with the withered sunflowers. That really hasn't helped us. Cool. Right, looks like Nordic is making some good progress, so I'm just going to redo this row here, and then we can resume doing what we need. Oh, Nordic is driving off somewhere. Yeah, on our own for the time being whilst Nordic is off. I'm guessing that he might be changing tractor. Maybe the Biobelt's stump grinder needs a bit more horsepower than the Massey's got to offer. So he might be switching to the Fendt. But the MB track is pulling like a dream. The Schluter did as well, but yeah, unfortunately the Schluter did struggle with the baler, the John Deere baler, which was a bit strange because it should have had more than enough horsepower to do the job. Quite large stumps left in here. Get them chopped out. There we go. Yeah, nearing the end of our day here, so hoping that we're going to be able to get all of it done. Ah yes, Nordic has indeed switched tractor, and that's probably because the Biobelts needs something a bit beefier. So he's coming the Fendt. Nice. So yeah, we'll leave him to do the stump grinding, and well, it's really mine detecting, isn't it? Going through the fields, finding those stump mines before we get snagged by stumps. Wouldn't want to damage the plough as it would in real life. Yep. Nordic is on the task. So, gonna get this ploughed up, and then I think we'll be calling it a day. Alright, and here we are finishing the last part of the headland. It's dark, the lighthouse is shining away in the distance, and it has been a very long day. It's now 7:30, but good to have this field done. I don't know what would have been quicker, ploughing this field or just carrying on with the maize harvest in the next field. But that is done, and that means that this field is ready for our next crop to go in. Well, the first crop for this field. Yeah, Nordic did point out to me that we have probably the potential to expand this field. If we take a quick look at the land, so yeah, we're in a bit that is owned here, and it goes all the way out to here. So I think there's possibly going to be some trees that we can cut down on the other side, and we can extend the field just a tad more to make use of the land and space. But yeah, that is it for today. Obviously been very busy. We had to take the Liber over to the BGA. We also bought the BGA, cost us £11,000. And then over to the shop, Nordic purchased the forage harvesting header, 2 bits to that, and yeah, I had to purchase the trailer for the yams where the chaff was going to go. We harvested the corn from field number 15 and placed that in the bunker silo at the BGA. And yeah, we're going to have to harvest field number 12 next time. And yeah, we obviously ploughed just now field number 3, so that's going to be ready to put a crop in next time. So next time is looking like it's going to be finishing the maize harvest in field 12, and then getting our next crop in to field number 3, and possibly extending it. So let's park the MB track up. Yep. Please do watch Nordic's video for his perspective, and yeah, hopefully you get to see the maize harvest animation properly working, dropping and dispensing the chaff into the trailer. And yeah, a big thank you for any views, likes, subscribes. If you've got any tips, tricks, things you'd like us to do, then please leave any comments, and hope to see you again next time. Cheers then. Catch you later. Bye bye.